Welcome back, everybody, to WCS America Premier League as we are getting ready for the conclusion of Group D. We already know 7 players that made it to the round of 16 that is going to be happening here in Burbank, Southern California. As soon as we announce the dates, of course, we will invite all of you as well. We had so much fun, actually, last season in the round of 16. Way more people showed up than I expected. Pretty much every single day we were not allowed to invite more people because it was too full, which is a really good problem to have. And I'm surprised, Nate, because I was like, Burbank, you know, like who wants to come out to Burbank?
I mean, this whole area, from what I've heard, the population of the greater Los Angeles area is pretty high.
Of course.
But there's a lot of StarCraft fans, you're right. It was more than I was expecting, considering that it was the first season that WCS America being run here. Of course, you know, doing things now with ESL, and I think these guys did a good job. I think overall it was a pretty nice experience for the people that came by. So hopefully you guys will come back. Those of you that are looking, you're like, you know what? I wasn't sure about it last season, but trust me, it's pretty nice. It's pretty nice here.
It was super fun, and all the people that came out, they got provided with pizza, Red Bull. So as soon as we are getting closer to the round of 16, we'll let you know. But up to that point, Nate, there is so much other StarCraft to watch. There's so much other StarCraft to cast, so you guys don't have to worry about that. What we do have to worry about is to figure out who is going to be our 8th player to qualify for that round of 16. Is it going to be our reigning champion, or are we going to have perhaps even the biggest upset of this season?
This would be a bigger upset than Aiga's over Alicia.
Yeah.
I would put this as like the biggest. Partially because it'd be an upset, but also because the Fantasy League statistics have Aiga's had 3%, Shana has less than 2%.
Yep. And he's going up against the reigning champion. Like, as good as Alicia is,
the reigning champion.
He's not the reigning champ.
No.
And to top it all off, earlier today, you guys may have missed it, they also played against each other. And that series, well, it was a little crazy. We started off with a Nexus Rush, planetary. He tried to get a photon overcharge.
He tried to do planetary Nexus Rush.
Yes. He tried it. Didn't work at all. I think he killed a grand total of 2 probes in that game. And then he lost 6 stalkers and he left. However, he won my heart with it, though. So we are going to hop into the first game of the final series of the day. Hope you guys are feeling some PvP action. Sit real tight because it could be short and it could be explosive. But it should definitely be fun. As over here on the right top side of the map, we have the Chinese Protoss who just managed to defeat the Root Illusion in a pretty ridiculous series as well. It is Shana, not part of one of the more well-known teams in the Chinese scene, like Invictus Gaming and Senate of Origin. Yeah. He's representing THPJ.
Yeah, I asked. I was like, what does this stand for? But I guess I don't know how good Shana's English was.
We can predict.
Yeah.
Teenage
human pajama jammers. That's all I got.
Teenage human pizza pajamas.
Teenage human pizza pajamas. That might be the worst interpretation, I think, of an abbreviation in history of humankind. Hashtag WCS.
Yeah, let us know what you guys. Actually, this is fun. Now we want to hear from you guys. Let us know what you guys think that THPJ stand for. And of course, don't look it up on Wikipedia or something. That's no fun at all. You guys have to come up with your own creative ideas. Can be worse than what I just did so far. Anyways, over here on the left bottom side of the map, we have the reigning champion of WCS America Premier League. And also, guys, we didn't really mention it today, Nate, because it all seemed so, you know, we just kind of took it for granted that he was going to advance. But now he's suddenly, his life is on the line. He is currently on the 16th place in the WCS ranking, which means that if he loses today, Pigbaby is going to have a very, very hard time making it to BlizzCon, and that would be surprising because if you end up winning a WCS tournament, then normally, Nate, you are part of BlizzCon.
Yeah, this is, you know, this was like Season 2 was his breakout performance. It was the first time he played in WCS, so he didn't have opportunities really to get points earlier on this year, as he was not able to qualify for any Premier tournaments that had WCS points, any WCS global events. Being eliminated here, as far as I'm aware, he's not competing in any other tournaments outside of WCS right now. This would be it for him.
Pigbaby better take this, otherwise it won't be worth my girlfriend leaving me. What?
I guess he wanted to watch Pigbaby plays so badly that his girlfriend's like, you know what, I'm a Zerg player, I really don't like Protosses. I don't want to watch this match to you, so she like went to get ice cream or something.
Or she told him, it's Pigbaby or me, and he said, alright, I'll help you pack your suitcase. Don't mess with my Pigbaby. I only have one baby in life, baby, and it's Pigbaby. Anyways, we're going to keep a close eye, of course, on these openings. It's 1 gate Twilight once more for Pigbaby. That's the exact same thing as he did earlier today. And Shana Nate is also doing the exact same opening as he's once more going for the 1 gate Nexus. He will see the start Mothership Core immediately. So he's, oh, that's actually a really smart play by Shana. He's like, hey, I remember how you scouted earlier today. I'm not going to let you get the same scout off this time. And he's going to trap the Mothership Core. The Mothership Core might be able to fight the Sentry. He can force it to recall before it even sees anything.
He can hide there though.
He can just keep it.
Yeah, but you're right though. He has to recall, or I guess he just has to wait, but he can't scout.
Earlier today, everything was a disaster for Shana. He lost his Mothership Core too early on. He also took a lot of damage of one of his Stalkers that was out of position. So he's gonna have to be very careful with all of his units. He's gonna have to fire up Immortal production immediately. But if he does everything right, Nate, and so far things look so much better for Shana, I actually think he's going to be able to defend against this gateway aggression for Pigbaby.
I want him to build an Immortal.
Oh my god, is this like the same game?
This is actually...
Did I fire up the replay? This is actually scary how identical this is. However, I really think that if Shana handles it all a little better...
Okay, he's going to proxy at Stargate again too. He's actually doing the same thing.
I know, it's the exact same game. And I don't like how early you photon overcharges. You don't want to do that, Shana. You don't want to photon overcharge just 2 Stalkers. You want to wait at least a little bit longer. Every second is so important because once again he's opening up with an observer.
Hallucinated Phoenix actually checks for that Stargate positioning again, but he does go.
I don't like the early photon overcharge, Nate. I'm really worried.
Yeah, he's got to pull the probes away. But this time he's not going to lose his whole army defending that natural. There's a probe and a little fist fight.
Okay, now he's not going to lose his entire army. He's going to get an Immortal out, but I actually think if Pigbaby would have high ground vision, he's just gonna blink on top of the high ground. He's gonna blink on top of Shana's army, and he can kill it. Even if there's one Immortal without Zealots over here, he can just blink on top of this army. He can kill him.
Yeah, I think so too.
He doesn't know that, but we know that.
I mean, he's gonna have his Oracle soon.
Yeah.
I think that actually, with this, he could try to just hammer this one in.
Okay, a couple of Zealots are being warped in on the other side of the map. There is a Mothership Core over here for Pigbaby. He didn't bring his Mothership Core this time.
Yep.
These 3 Zealots might be able to cancel the Nexus. It's gonna be... No, he's not gonna go for it.
Oracle is done. Second Immortal's about to finish, but I still think he could blink on top of this.
No, he doesn't have to anymore. I think before... Yeah, I do agree with you, Nate. If he would pull everything, he could probably do that.
Oh, okay.
And Vision being used to snipe the Observer, that's a good move.
Oh my god. It's a sad life for that probe. He ran so far.
So now it's the same problem as we had earlier today. How is Shana gonna leave his main base? Knowing Shana, he will probably proxy a Nexus somewhere on the map and recall to it.
Well, he lost his only probe that was out on the map.
That's a little bit unfortunate. Otherwise, it would have been a good move.
Yeah. I'm really worried here because the Nexus is defended for Pigbaby. He's once again just going to be on 2 bases so much faster than Shana.
And he should, like, unless he rolls down the ramp with 3 Immortals and then he wipes in a few units here. Like, if he wipes in 3 Zealots, he's gonna... Don't go for it right now, especially now with Stalkers in front. Like, he needs to squeeze down the ramp with 3 Immortals immediately. Because then, even if the force fields are good, these Blink Stalkers cannot fight 3 Immortals.
Yeah, but if he gets 1 Immortal, like, this is a very difficult maneuver to make.
Immortals have to be at front. If he wants to bust down the ramp like this, he needs to send the Immortals first and warp in Zealots on the low ground. That's exactly what he does. The Oracle is going to see it though, so Pigbaby is going to keep very close eyes on this ramp now.
We're going to have Oracle kill Zealots again. Oh, there's the force field. 2 Immortals do make it down this ramp.
That's enough. That's enough for Shana. He might end up losing an Immortal, but I think he will be able to break it, right? Well,
another force field locks him out. Oh, well, he moves into range of the Immortal that's on the ramp. That's not where he wants to be, but now there's only 1 Immortal left again. Oh!
It's still very good, actually.
Yeah, he's going to kill these Stalkers that were warped in on the low ground, too.
Wow, that Pigbaby handled that so well. He sniped both Immortals and 2 Stalkers while really not losing all that much himself. Look at the units lost resource stab. 2,500 resources lost for Shana. Only 750 lost for Pigbaby. That is a very, very bad scenario for Shana.
Yeah, this is a very difficult position to be in. He's going to clean up these pylons. He can probably get the Stargate too, but this Oracle, of course, is going to remain an active threat. And in fact, there's not really... I guess the Nexus, Mothership Core is kind of close to the Nexus. This Oracle doesn't have a lot of energy. Killing some probes would be nice.
Well, it's actually going to be very nice. He's going to be able to kill like 7 or 8 probes here. And he's already in such a good economic position. This Oracle is doing some serious work. Ran out of energy right when Photon Overcharge went down. Killed like 6 workers over there.
Not bad.
Not shabby at all. Pigbaby's up 12 workers. He already has his base up and running. I'm really a little bit surprised that Shana has so many issues dealing with this opening of Pigbaby when he goes for the 1-gate Nexus followed up by a Robo. Well, in theory, this is he's facing a build that he can deal with.
I feel like it's just because...
What is this?
What?
What?
I
mean...
Sometimes I claim to understand some things about this game. Sometimes I think I know a little bit about StarCraft, and then this happens.
Oh, there's so many Zealots in this mix, by the way, that has to be careful. Forward blink as well. The Immortal's going to take a lot of damage immediately. These Zealots, they represent too much HP for this army of Shana to deal with. Shana doesn't have the DPS to deal with all these Zealots. He's in a lot of trouble.
Pulls back, Photon Overcharge, and...
we promised silly to the viewers before we went to the break. I don't think we lied.
That's true. I mean, he's going to do a double. It's got. He's getting +1 attacks. It's got
to be a Void Race. Why would you proxy? I mean, if this was Phoenix's, I've seen it before. But
proxy Void Ray.
He's actually pulling like a 2v2 strategy now, where he's like hiding so many Void Rays that he's gonna fly them all in at once, and then he's just gonna straight up win the game because the opponent can never get enough anti-air out. I have never seen this in a pro game of StarCraft 2. I mean, not since like year 1 of Wings of Liberty. Like this kind of stuff people used to get away with in Wings of Liberty when there was just too much DPS in Void Race and it would straight up win.
Well, now there's just too much here for Pigbaby. Shana's going to try to fight against this. His Void Rays are out, but they're not even going to reach Pigbaby's base before this game's over. GG, Pigbaby. Up 1-0.
That was a funny game.
That was a very funny game.
The Pigbaby just once again, the first few minutes of this game, other than the Mothership Core not getting the same scout off as it did earlier, were just identical. You know, all jokes aside, Shana should just be a little bit more patient with his Photon Overcharge. You should never have to Photon Overcharge against only 2 Stalkers. And I would also, with this build, I would always get my Immortal before my Observer, because that one Immortal can actually really change things already. And like, what does the Observer really do for you? He kept it on that side of the map anyway. He just is standing above the Blink Stalkers. I don't think it helps that much. If I was Shana, I would really just prioritize on getting Immortals, and at least 2 Immortals, and then get an Observer. And then he's going to have a much better time. And it might be possible for him to save his Nexus. The proxy Stargate does complicate things, but it also makes it a much bigger investment for Pigbaby. So it's not just like he can open up with Blink Stalkers and not really do anything and then just expand. If you also proxy the Stargate, you invest a lot more. So you have to get something done. And I still think in theory it's possible for Shana to deal with Blink Stalkers and an Oracle. However, it wasn't meant to be. Both players are ready. The second map is going to be played on Merry-Go-Round. That's the map where earlier today we saw the Planetary Nexus rush. I don't think we're going to see it again, but I would love to see it, as Shana has definitely been bringing a little bit of flair to the broadcast today.
I would take it. I would take the Planetary Nexus rush. However, I feel like Shana, with this much on the line, you know, he's got some hopes, I'm sure. If he wins the next 2 games, anything's possible. But I don't think a Proxy Nexus is going to do it.
Yeah, maybe a good old 10-gate, 3-gate.
Do you think that the Proxy Nexus actually, like, based on the map, though? Like, is Merry-Go-Round the proxy Planetary Nexus rush map? Is that a thing?
No, I don't think so.
It's like you talk to Huck, it's like, yeah, it's the only map really, like, Merry-Go-Round really facilitates the proxy Nexus more than the other maps for X reason. I just can't imagine, imagine how deep the strategy goes for a build like that.
Well, if I'm going to try to break it down for you, like, on a 2-player map, it's very likely that you'll get scouted. So you don't want to do it. So, but then on the 4-player map, there is a chance that you scout him too late to do it. And on the 3-player map, there might be like, maybe my opponent doesn't scout, but I'm still going to be able to scout him relatively quickly. And maybe that's why Merry-Go-Round is perfect for the Planetary Nexus. That is the only way that I can...
I'm impressed. It does make some sense.
Yeah, I know, right?
The build still makes no sense, but we're loaded in, guys, to map number 2 between Shana and Pigbaby. Potentially the final map of today's group of WCS America Premier League Group D. And in the bottom center position, we have the man who has given us a lot to scratch our heads over today.
Yeah, he's definitely been a fun new face to WCS America Premier League. He was already fun in Challengers. He was able to defeat Axiom's Crank 3-1. So he definitely knows how to play some normal people. Well, the PvPs were not normal, but they were not that crazy. It is Shana. Those games, they were mostly based around 2-base Archon Zealot. And I know that doesn't sound very crazy, but it will get crazy when I tell you it wasn't like 110, 115 supply. No, it was like 160 supply of Archon Zealot. That was actually getting the job done for Shana.
Which is pretty uncommon, to say the least.
And over here on the right top side of merry-go-round, we have our reigning champion. He's currently up 1-0, taking over the entire day. He's up 3-0 over his opponent. It is Pigbaby. Of course, we're not using extended series.
There's been a lot of upsets in WCS America so far this season, as far as overall results and group winners go.
I'm just happy for Jaedong that he's not once more part of the upset.
He's no longer. He's managed to dodge. Well, you know what though, Pigbaby, if he loses this series, if he were to be eliminated,
we're gonna talk about it the entire season.
We would mention it probably every single broadcast for the rest of the season. I mean, it's true. We'd be like, look, we expected Pigbaby to go through. He won last season, so he's got a reputation, and of course, to the potential to get future fantasy points for his fans.
That is correct. Over here, we have our Cybernetics score. And it's a 2-gateway opening for Pigbaby, so that makes a lot of sense. Shana so far is only on 1 gate, but he's mining way more gas, Nate, so it will most likely not be the Planetary Nexus Rush. I want to give him so much love in just busting that strategy out.
Yeah.
That warmed my heart. I think he's going to proxy a Stargate, or maybe it's going to be... he's going to proxy something.
Dark Shrine?
Because he's mining a lot of gas.
It's not really close enough for a proxy of like another double.
It's weird because he already has 3 pylons in his main as well, so I think it might be a Blink Stalker proxy and he's just gonna try to YOLO it.
Maybe.
I said Stargate before, but now I'm feeling Blink Stalkers. Dark Shrine I feel is a little too late.
What if he cancels Warp Gate, his Stalker, and builds 2 Stargates? Okay, I guess he's not gonna do that.
There's the Twilight.
He's not that crazy.
Fire cancels Warp Gate, resources +1 armor. It's like, no! Shana! What is... Actually, like, finds out that, like, when your Oracle has +1 air upgrades, or attack-wise, it can like, tank, like, 3 extra shots of Photon Overcharge, and he wipes out this mineral lane.
Oh, man.
We're like, Shana, you're an actual god amongst men.
That's like a rough timing right there. It's like, it turns out +1 Reapers actually annihilate Zerglings in the first 7 minutes of the game.
That's gonna be Dark Shrine, I guess.
Yeah.
I was feeling Blink before. It's gonna be Dark Shrine. Pigbaby on the other end, Nate, is just gonna go for
just gonna kill him before he actually has enough units to get the Dark Shrine out?
Because Pigbaby went for 2 gateways, but then he added 1 more. So this is the economic 3 gateway pressure that can actually deal a lot of damage. Force Field is... he doesn't want to use it, so Shana just ends up losing his first Stalker.
He actually doesn't have anything to deal with this.
He has 1 gateway.
Yeah. He's got his Photon Overcharge, but he's going to lose his natural. So at this point, Shana needs to hold out for his DTs.
Yeah, Pigbaby is going to get a Robo real soon. If he doesn't get a Robo, then he's making a mistake. And Pigbaby is good enough. He's like, hey, why do you have nothing? This is way too easy. And in just a few seconds, you're going to see Pigbaby get a robotics facility. Unless he just still thinks that there is gateways over here in the back of the base. But he sees that gateway number 2 and 3 have just been wiped in. And then you have to ask yourself, like, hey, why does my opponent not have anything? It could be a proxy Stargate, but it's most likely, and it is, Dark Templars. He's actually warping in Zealots and Sentries. Oh my god, he's playing with fire, because if 2 Dark Templars are being wiped in over... Okay, now we see a Robo. Where is he working? Oh, he's proxying it. That's so smart. He knows.
And he's like anticipating.
He knows. He knows that Shana ain't loyal.
Yeah, that's right. Can't be trusted.
Yep. Shana cannot be trusted, as he's going to work on the spine. He's going to unpower one of the gateways. Dark Templars might be wiped in defensively, but he's going to wipe in the first offensively, and he will be able to do a lot of work with it. But this doesn't change the fact that Pigbaby has a lot of Protoss units in the main base of Shana, and it's unlikely that all of these Protoss units are going to die before all these Well, these Protoss won't maybe die, but the robotics facility will not be found, and even if it will be found, it's very unlikely. Pigbaby doesn't have money for an observer, right? Yeah, that would have been... If Pigbaby suddenly wipes in like 2 Stalkers, you're like, no, don't do that, Pigbaby.
Yeah, that would be... I'd be a little bit rustled by that. His probes are trying to get through, but he's got nothing, man.
This is the
only thing is he doesn't know that there's an observer on the map, which is why he's like, oh.
Yep, you're never going to leave, because you might think like, hey, if my opponent has no detection and he has no money for detection, But as soon as this Dark Templar dies, I think that is going to be end for Shana. He is going to quit. GG is called, and Pigbaby will advance to the WCS America round of 16 for the second time in a row, and he will still be in the running to defend his championship.
Title.
Yeah, that sounds a lot better.
Keep the belt down in the ring.
Yep, keep the ring, keep the title. Good performance there by Pigbaby, opening up with the 2 gateway and then going for the 3 gateway aggression, which is much more economic than a 10-gate 3-gate. It's definitely not an all-in build by Pigbaby, but it is a build that's designed to put on a lot of pressure and preferably do some damage, maybe cancel a Nexus, and above all, see what's going on. And see if you can get a better hand of the skirmish. It's just a pretty solid build. We saw MC do it so often in the past, and pretty much every single Protoss player has done it. There was a while where Oz was doing it a lot, Liquid Hero was doing it a lot. It's just a build that has fallen a tiny bit out of fashion. You don't see it super often, at least not in the last 2 months of StarCraft, but it's still a solid opening, and it worked against the crazy proxy play from Shana. Shana's just messing up in the start already, because like if he drops the first force field, he still keeps that Stalker alive, and then with a Stalker and a Sentry and a Mothership Core, he has at least a little bit more to defend with than just the Mothership Core.
Yeah.
Because that also gives it away a little too easily that something is being proxied, and Pigbaby, without even really seeing it, he knew what he was facing.
Yeah, he's like, what could I possibly lose to right now? Okay, let's build a robo. So with that, we have 8 players going on to the round of 16. We are halfway through the round of 32. Feels weird to be so far along already, but we've had a lot of fantastic. I've actually been so impressed with round 32 so far. Our advancing players, tons of favorites, and a couple new surprising faces for the round of 16.
Yep, it's been a lot of fun, and of course I'm so excited to see Neep make a reappearance to the round of 16. And I'm very happy to welcome Igus as well. And Jim is back for the first time in 2014. Jim is going to be part of the round of 16. And of course Jaedong as well, same goes for him, first time this year. And today we saw Pigbaby and Czech advance. Tomorrow, guys, I know we often say this, and you know we always want to have you guys watching, but tomorrow is going to be so fun, as we have the youngest player of any of the WCS regions right now, if I'm not mistaken, Ariam, going up against Violet, Revival, and Hawk. Of course, I'm super excited to see Hawk as well. The Hawk-Violet rivalry is real. Tomorrow night is the type of broadcast that I'm going to be really pumped for. And I'm going to need it, because tomorrow morning I'm going to have to go to the DMV. So I'm going to stand in line for like 2.5 hours. Otherwise, we are not getting to the office, and I don't have a valid license. So I need to go, and it's going to be frustrating. So I'm going to be grumpy. I'm going to be moody.
It's okay. I've already signed myself for another cast tomorrow before this group. I got StarCraft all day tomorrow for me.
Ah, you casting Destiny's tournament tomorrow?
Yeah.
That's something that's so awesome.
It starts really early.
Alrighty. Well, then you're going to have a better morning than I. However, I know I'm going to have fun in the afternoon. Hopefully all of you guys will be watching as well. We want to thank everybody for the tweets. Make sure to like us at twitter.com/StarCraft and twitter.com/ESL and facebook.com/ESL. And for all your tweets, whether it's about today or if you guys are excited for tomorrow as well, even if you're a Terran player, please tune in tomorrow. It's going to be so fun watching such a young, ambitious, happy little young, innocent soul like Ariam going up against Titans like Violet and Revival, and having Hawk as well. I think tomorrow is going to be my favorite group of the round of 32. I'm stoked.
It's going to be awesome. It's probably the most excited I've ever been for a non-Terran group. I'm really, really happy to see Ariam's a really cool guy.
Yeah,
Hawk, Violet, these guys have been playing probably in almost every qualifier that they've played, in every tournament that they've been in, they've somehow managed to run into each other. So
yeah, and they've been trading series as well. Maybe the last 2 times Violet has won, but before that, I think Hawk won 2 series in a row. It's just been awesome to see those guys duke it out. Now, Violet and Revival is a fun series on its own as well, if that would happen. These 2 guys obviously have a little bit of history with each other as well. And I would love to see an all-North American PvP too between Hawk and, you know, it doesn't matter who you put against who in that group. I'm stoked for it, and I want to see it. I want to cast it. So tomorrow is going to be so fun. Of course, tomorrow times starting. I'm going to do it again for those like couple of people from Honolulu that are watching, Nate. We're going to start at noon Hawaii time, 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern, and midnight for all you Europeans out there. And of course, Nate, tonight is the night as well.
Oh, tonight's group for GSL is going to be sick. 2 a.m. Pacific time. I know some of you guys in the chat will be there. I'll probably be there. Classic SOS, Shine, and Effort. Probably 2 of the best Protoss players in the whole world facing off in Codes. And that's just going to be awesome. So hopefully you guys tune in tomorrow if you're not only WCS, but all the WCS events that have been going in place, because I believe the match setup is Huck's going to play Revival and RM is going to play Violet. RM will play Violet in the first match, so make sure you tune in. It's going to be awesome. Believe me, it's going to be action-packed. None of the players in tomorrow's group are particularly slow, methodical players for sure. It's a lot of aggression from all of them. Tomorrow
is going to be awesome from start to finish. Just saw that Letot has been tweeting as well. He's very mad that I questioned whether or not he was in Premier League. Oh, God. I'm going to have to hear this for the upcoming 2 weeks again when Johan is here. It's going to be like, you want to play? You want to play some StarCraft? It's like, Dot, you've been pro gamer for 4 years. I may hope that you beat me. Otherwise, you've been doing it wrong, brother. Anyways, it's been a fun broadcast. Of course, thanks everybody for tweeting. And thanks for Johan for always finding something to be mad about. Makes it so much more fun.
Even though I remembered that he's in the Premier League for this season, he's still going to be like, you didn't answer fast enough.
you have to think about it for like 10 seconds longer than what else do you think? It's going to be a lot of fun. We're excited for tomorrow, like we said many times. Hopefully you guys as well. I want to thank everybody for watching and have a lovely, what day is today? Tuesday, right? Have a lovely Tuesday evening. It's going to be a lot more StarCraft the upcoming 2 weeks, not just tomorrow, but the upcoming days as well. So stay tuned and enjoy your free evening, and see you guys tomorrow.